Just vibe one time for your mind.
Welcome to Sunbeat Live. I'm Adrian Valente with Sunbit, and if you're one of our dental practice partners, you're in the right place. Happy Wednesday, June 10th, and thank you for joining our weekly educational series where we change up the topics each week to help you build your comfort and confidence using Sunbit with your patients. And for those of us that are here on Zoom Events Live, you are getting Sunbeat Staff Rewards points as our way of saying thank you. So we appreciate you making the time for being here. Now, on Wednesdays, we are also joined by show producer and co-host. Please welcome to the program, Queenita Brown. Queenita, how are you?
I am wonderful. Happy Wednesday, June 10th. Hello, friends. Someone earlier,
Hello.
Right, Adrian, when the show first started, someone called us what? Good afternoon, Sunbeat baddies. Caitlin
Oh, did I see that?
I was like, ooh, Sunbeat baddies. Okay.
Yes, that was Caitlin. I think it was Caitlin up there. Yeah.
Yes. Beastie besties, Sunbeat baddies.
Love all these new like nicknames the community
I
keeps coming up
know.
with.
So
and
fun.
It's fun. We're having a good time.
Hi, guys.
We got a good one today. Good to see a lot of the regulars. Good to see new folks as well. Of course, you can tune in live on Wednesdays with Zoom events. We also simulcast into YouTube Live, and you can also catch the show later posted to Spotify same day. So if you want to go back and check out any previous episodes for specific topics that would be of interest, or maybe you want to share with your team, feel free to go check it out easily by searching for Sunbeat Live. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Real nice.
All right. Candy Bevins, I'm still bummed that I won't be a beach bum with the other beastie baddies. Last week we did the big announcement on the winners of the Elite Escape, all the folks going to Honolulu or Waikiki Beach, the Marriott Waikiki. And apparently, from what I heard last night, all the Paradise picks have said yes, and they are locked in. And I think for the top 15, there are a few people that I believe aren't going to be able to go, which means that you may be getting contacted if you were near the top of the leaderboard as they work their way through the list to make sure folks who are eligible and available to go can go. So you never know if you're close to being in that top 15.
Dude,
What?
Caleb with the Beast Bros. I'm
Beast Bros?
for it. I am all for it.
We haven't heard that one before.
Beastie
Two new ones
besties,
today.
Beast Bros. I love it.
Beast Bros. There's a dealership. It makes me think of this dealership group called Moss Bros. You see, I'm in Southern California, and it made me think of that every time I see Bros. Anyways, that's pretty funny.
That is.
I digress. So we got a good topic. We got to get into it. But first, a word from our sponsor this month. Sunbit in Espanol. Brought to you by Sunbit. Now available on all tablet devices, coast to coast. Sunbit in Spanish, helping customers get the monthly payment options they need in the language preference of their choice. Queenita, how do we find it?
Well, why don't you pull up that tablet for me, Adrian? Hey. So step 1, please go ahead and open the Sunbit merchant app at the bottom. Por favor. Oh,
Wrong sound effect. I'm sorry. I goofed it.
Oh, well,
right,
I was
here we
going to
go.
rock with it. You just ruined it. You should have just kept it blowing. What are you doing? Anyways, globe icon, top right where it says English. You're going to click that and go to Espanol. And voila, we have some terms in Spanish. So the customer can go ahead and move forward with the application in Espanol.
Very cool.
Customer, patient, whoever you're helping, Espanol, easy peasy.
Excellent.
Oh, and tip, before you switch it to Sunbit in Spanish, select your name. so that you can get the points. Because as you saw, when you click the globe icon in the top right, it jumps straight into the application. So choose your
Good
name
tip.
first. Choose your name
Yes.
first, then click the globe, then go to Sunbit in Spanish. And everyone should have it turned on for your locations as of June.
Good to
Last
know.
week is when we announced it.
Good. So make sure you're looking for that icon up there. Excellent. So what are we covering today? What's today's big topic?
Today's topic is a hot commodity. We are going to be talking about techniques for offering Sunbit. So please, Beastie Bestie, Beast Bros, Sunbit Baddies, don't forget to share your tips and practices in chat as we go along. And if you have any questions too, feel free to throw them in.
We're going to first start things off with our hot take, and that's traditional financing is usually offered too late. So
Sure is.
what are we talking about? Let's break it down, shall we? Let's look at the traditional journey for a patient, right? They book an appointment, they arrive and check in, and then at some point they receive some sort of estimate. There's an approval process and a payment. You see this in a lot of industries, right? We teach this in a lot of industries. This is the typical flow for a lot of brick and mortar businesses. When you think veterinary care, you think optical care, you think car service, you think collision repair, dental care, orthodontics, med spa, like they all kind of follow this flow. Now, a lot of times financing is offered way down here. A business will offer financing at payment. But Nita, what's the problem?
The problem is, by this point, I've already decided. Like, once at the beginning, once I received the estimate, I'm like, okay, this is what I can afford. This is what I can't afford. So this is all I'm spending. So if you're doing it at the very end, I've already made a decision versus all these other touch points in the patient journey.
Yeah. Think about stuff for your home too. Like it's the same journey. So this whole estimate idea, breaking it down to simpler terms, anytime you mention a dollar amount, even if you're just ballparking a number, you mention to folks, by the way, you don't have to pay for all that today. So for example, right? I'm like, Queenita, like, how much are aligners? Like if I need aligners, I want to do like an Invisalign. Like how much is that going to cost me?
Well, that's going to cost probably around $2,000-$3,000, but you don't have to pay for it all today.
There we go. Beautiful. And then, and what's nice about that sentence, right? It doesn't offend anyone, right? It's just a matter of fact. Just like, oh, by the way, it's an amenity, a convenience, right? If they want to learn more, oh yeah, oh no problem. Here, let me show you, right? If they're not interested, right? You just move on. No big deal. Right? This has nothing to do with like affordability or anything. It's just like, oh, by the way,
Just an option.
We got this thing. Yeah. So remember, when you think about your patients, approving treatment recommendations, it's the same process we go through mentally for a lot of other big ticket expenses. So I actually want to talk about this whole thing. I spoke about it at the Glidewell symposium this past weekend. Was about the whole like retailization of dentistry and what a lot of top practices are doing. I'm actually going to be doing it on an ADOM CE course coming up in July after the Elite Escape. So we'll be talking more about that. But the reason we bring this up and why it's important to look at the parallels with other local businesses and how financing is used to help people in your local community get what they need and pay over time, it's important we draw those correlations so we can learn. So, for example, like let's do this exercise. Queenita, is there like a kitchen appliance that you might need to replace one of these days?
Yes, I've been looking at refrigerators on Wayfair.
Okay.
Garage fridge. I need a good garage
Nice.
fridge.
Gotta have a garage fridge. So you've identified a need, right? You're like, we need a garage fridge.
Yes.
Right. And you already mentioned, where did you go? You've already started looking where?
I started looking on Wayfair. I like Wayfair. And
What else did you do?
well, first I need to figure out like what's a good brand for a
Mhm.
refrigerator that will last a long time. And then once I find a brand, then I start searching on Wayfair, and then I look at the reviews, the costs, and kind of see like, does the fridge go out fast? How does it work? Is it loud? No one wants a noisy fridge. So I start looking at these things in the reviews to help me determine which one I want.
Exactly. And I'm sure it's going to cost a good chunk of money to
Oh
buy one.
yeah.
So you're
Oh
doing your
yeah.
homework, you're doing your due
I'm in
diligence.
no rush because I need to do my research and I need to make sure that the money I spend is well worth it.
Yeah. When you think about the costs for buying a new appliance, planning a family vacation, replacing your phone,
Mhm.
getting 4 new tires for your car, and then you start looking at the cost of dental care, the model has changed from how it used to be, where, doctor would identify an issue, prescribe treatment, and then a patient would just accept and acknowledge it. But as all of us have been seeing with insurance reimbursements stagnating or straight up declining, patients are taking on more of the cost. So they are treating it like those other big ticket purchases, like you talked about with your
Yeah.
refrigerator. And because of that, folks want to do the research. They want to go online. They want to read reviews. They want to look for alternative payment options, right? So if we are letting people know earlier in their patient journey what they have access to, gives them a chance to plan and budget in advance. Look at our reviews. Who's Sunbit? Like, what is this? Go read for
Yeah.
yourself. Check it out. No rush. If you're only doing that at payment, that's
It's
stressful.
too late.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go back into the chat real quick. I want to highlight what Alicia was throwing down here. So for those of you listening in on like Spotify or something, so Alicia says, we send a lot of cost estimates out via email and include a link for them to click on for Sunbit. But we would love to have some custom stickers to put on paper treatment plans as well for when people are here in the office and we're giving them a paper estimate. So as a pediatric office, we also have grandparents or family friends bring kids in to help out the parents, or so sending a link or QR code would be great since they aren't in the office to get permission. So Alicia, first of all, fantastic question. Let's do a little bit of bonus points to kick things off here because I think this is a great segue. How many points, Nita?
30 points.
Ooh, 30 points. Very nice. Very nice.
Ooh.
So that's Alicia. I'm just getting this down because if I don't, I will forget things and saves time. Okay, excellent. Okay, so let's talk about this. So now that we know stickers, we should make, and boy, maybe we should talk to the marketing team. Stickers would be good. There are
Yeah.
a lot of inserts that we provide and small flyers and stuff that can either be stapled to, provided to, or handed over. So, but stickers, interesting.
Great
It would be,
idea.
we
Yeah.
need to do it, maybe next week's poll, we do like, who would want stickers? And then try to figure
Ooh,
out.
yeah.
Is that a thing? Because we do the
Something we can-
window clings, but it's not the same,
Yeah.
right? That's for glass.
No,
That's for glass.
it's just to stick on the treatments.
Okay, so with Alicia helping us kick things off here. So first and foremost, just to make sure we're all on the same page, there's 2 major ways you can share options with people: in person with a tablet or using a web link. Now, if you're in the state of Illinois, you can only use the web link because you cannot use third-party electronic devices for third-party financing applications. So with that being said, you got these tools, right? So how do I share the tools? Alicia bringing up a good point. She's sharing the link, but she would love QR codes. That would be nice. So
Yeah.
let's do a little bit of, I want to do a little music with this one. Let's do a little bit of music with this one. Excellent. Okay.
Ooh.
So first things first, send yourself the link. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Send yourself the link, right? So Alicia, you already got the link. Now, what's the trick here, Queenita, with sending yourself the link?
Well, when you send yourself the link, then it has your little special code at the end so that you can earn points when someone completes the pre-qualification.
Yes. So when you do that, now if you
Don't
don't have a
click it,
tablet,
Alicia said. Copy the
Alicia,
link. Don't click it.
let's bring Chad in for this. So agreed. Now, if you're using a dashboard, same thing, right? You can just send yourself the link, just leave it blank, leave the purchase amount blank so it treats it like a pre-qualification link, right? So you do that. And to Queenita's point, the reason why you choose your name is that it customizes the link. It designates it a little differently from the generic link for your practice or your office. Because there's always a generic link that's used for, marketing purposes, our website directory. Okay, so you got your link. Oh, nice. Morgan letting us know JC, our Sunbit guy, sent us personal QR codes for each of us. Whoa, JC!
So nice.
Oh, he really going above and beyond. I love seeing that. Love seeing that. So if you're feeling inspired, maybe you wanna do it yourself. Let's go over here. We're gonna go over to qrcodegenerator.com, and here you can just simply copy and paste any link you want. It could be any link, but you can put your pre-qualification link in there, and just do the free one. You don't have to pay for an account. You don't have to make an account. They do that so you can customize it with a custom color or put logo on it or change the shape. You don't need any of that.
You scan it, it does the same thing. Do the free one.
Right.
Okay. Decorate around it. All right.
So just to show you a couple examples. So we have a very long time Sun Beast. His name is Damon Scott. He joins us from the auto dealership world. He's at Malloy Honda. And one of the things he does is that he puts a QR code and the link together in his email signatures. And he sent us a screenshot of what that looks like. He's a service drive manager over at Malloy Honda. So if you're in the Farmington, New Mexico area, be sure to stop by and say hello. And, another good example of leveraging the link, especially when you think about text message communications, really great way to handle that. So if you think about your text message reminders for anything like that, we actually have another example from Robin Davis, not even using QR codes or links or anything, but creating email templates to generate awareness. But hey, think about adding your pre-qual link. Think about adding in a QR code, or better yet, like Jeff Manzanares here from Schwarer Volkswagen, using banners and graphics. Queenita, where can we find this stuff?
And he has the link at the bottom too. For the Sunbit application. So he's got a nice little easy link. But you guys can find digital assets that you can include in your emails from the dashboard, or we have a direct link to the library too, right?
We do. So if you head over to your dashboard.sunbit.com, what you're looking for is your marketing tab. That's going to be up top, and it's the same login as your tablet if you got a tablet. We also have a direct link I'm going to put in the chat for everybody right now. This is for the marketing kit. It's just a direct link in case you work with people who maybe handle your website and they don't have access to your Sunbit. Right? They're not a certified user. You can use this direct link and share it with folks. That maybe help you with materials for marketing, materials for your website, those updates. But Queenita, you mentioned that's where we find all those pictures and banners and stuff.
Yeah, you can go to the media library. There's even templates in there too. So if you guys want some example email templates and things like that, or you can just grab some of these images and download them from the media library. The QR code generators in here as well. So lots of things you can use to help level up how you offer.
Yeah, I can just see here, it looks like videos, digital assets, print assets, as low as pricing, email, and QR codes all right there in the submenu of the marketing tab. We've even got some people on social media highlighting those materials, just using the print materials for a picture or video, or using the banners on a social media post. Nita, you were reminding me the other day about Lofton Dental Center using their Sunbit socks they got from a show.
From a conference, yeah. So
did that as a social media post.
I remember they mentioned people be like, ooh, what's that on your socks? What are those? And then they're like, oh, let me tell you about it.
Yes. And don't forget, we got Sunbit in Spanish as well, so we do have Spanish marketing materials too. So when you start putting all that together, it's a winning combo. And if you're looking for help with all this stuff, you can, of course, always reach out to success@sunbit.com to help schedule team training, one-on-one coaching, consultations, anything you need to be successful using Sunbit, including marketing refills. Yeah. Oh, Alicia, let's go into the chat real quick. Did I miss stuff? Hold on. She would also would love to see some pediatric themed marketing materials.
Yeah, instead of these grown people on the marketing having a couple kids, that's great feedback.
That's fantastic feedback. Thank you. That's what that's all about.
We'll definitely shoot this over to the team.
Everyone's clocking the jerseys. I know. I know.
So the
They're,
jerseys, though, those folks got jerseys because last year when we were doing a marketing episode, we asked you guys to send in examples of how you market Sunbit last June. And then there was only like 3 or 4 people who got back to us with their examples, and we sent them jerseys. So that's where they got them from.
yeah. That was a Sunbit Las Vegas call center exclusive.
Yeah,
Swag
that's when they were
drop.
in
You got some
stock. They were like
extras.
new. Yeah. Now they're
Yeah.
like depleted.
Yeah. To help out, as we talk about all these ways of offering, we looked at keeping it simple, understanding the patient flow, and where in the journey we want to generate awareness. But we also thought it would be helpful for how do you talk about Sunbit, and what are some actions you can take home today. So first and foremost, our big recommendation is do not wait for objections. If you're, yeah, this is where it feels kind of icky and a little salesy. This is a very like old school way of doing financing. Sometimes you'll hear people say like, oh, well, this whole fee that I pay for third-party financing, I would prefer people to pay in cash, but that's considered a discriminatory practice. You need to treat your payment methods.
Then I guess I'll offer this financing. Yeah. So then that's where it gets icky.
Good point. It's hard to come back from an objection. So the goal is to get ahead of it. And this is why you hear us harp on these topics all the time, hovering around this notion of early and often. Damon Scott, we showed his picture earlier. Memo. Mention early, mention often. Memo. We love that one. So thank you, Damon, for coming up with that one. So give people easy choices. Like this is my favorite. I say it all the time, right? You don't have to pay for everything today. Here, let me show you. Let the technology do the work. Seeing is believing. All right, what about this next one?
Keep
Would
it
like to pay in
simple.
full or monthly payment options.
A or B.
A or B. Yes. Jinx. Jinx.
Oh, darn, I owe you a soda. Pinto, kill me a Coke.
Right. Instead of opening up for a yes or no, it's A or B. Good strategy there, especially if you're trying to avoid any awkwardness around how to handle a no. Just give them, one or the other, right? You want to pay in full or you want to split this up. What do you mean monthly payments? What do you mean split this up? Here, let me show you, right? I also like treating Sunbit as just a normal everyday thing, expecting everyone to know about it. Like it's so nonchalant. You want to pay with debit, credit, or Sunbit? What?
Sunbit? What's Sunbit?
No. Yeah, let me show you. Right? And so nice. So nice. Ashley letting us know in the chat, I like the wording of just saying monthly payment options and let them ask you how. Yeah, I love that. Bonus points for that.
Hey,
bonus points for that.
30 points for Ashley.
Excellent. I really like that one.
Reagan's signing someone up as we speak. Hey.
No way. Nice. Very nice. Ava's saying, I notice now we can't enroll them on the 3-month no interest plan. Oh, are you on the new version where you get no interest promotion regardless of which monthly payment option you select? That seems to be what the majority of practices are on right now is our office has issues with the option of the patient. They like the idea of 3 months without interest. It does make the monthly payments significantly higher because they are paying it off in a pretty aggressive time frame. So a lot of the feedback we got were patients and practices who wished that they could get a no interest option no matter which monthly payment plan they chose. And a lot of people didn't like the restriction of having to lock it in with one specific plan on the screen. So the newer version of Sunbit now provides a custom 0% offer that is layered on top of whatever one they select. Because our data shows us that as much interest as that original 0% plan generated, what the data illustrates is that people choose the lower monthly payment options. They're going for longer terms. Initially, the 0% is very attractive up front. People want to see. They're like, oh, yeah, I'd love to be able to split this up and not pay anything extra at all. But then what ends up happening, they start looking at the other options, and the lower monthly payments is very attractive, fitting into monthly budgets and whatnot. Let's check in with Chad here. Becky, braces, big producer in our office. So marketing directed for ortho would be nice. Yes, great feedback there. Veronica, sometimes it does let the patient choose that option. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh, that is strange. That shouldn't be happening. Hopefully that's
Yeah, if you're
something
noticing
that
anything
gets
like different than usual, then reach out to our partner support team to get some help. But if it is the new, any plan has zero interest, then it's not going to be like it was before, where it's only like this 3-month option. You choose that and that's it. They can choose any option. And there's a little banner that says like, pay it off in 12 months or whatever the case may be, and you'll receive no interest. And you can learn more by clicking that little button. So if they pay off any of them within a time frame, then they would have zero interest as well. So if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to Success as well, success@sunbit.com.
Yeah, I like what Kayana's saying here. You can call or send out an appointment confirmation text and let them know about the payment options before they walk in so they can explore their options for any out-of-pocket expenses. I like that language too. Then you can continue the conversation when they come in instead of starting them with a cold conversation. But I want to highlight Elizabeth here. Kayana, thank you very much, by the way. Always love seeing you on the show. Always putting on a clinic in chat. I want to talk about Elizabeth Johnson bringing up a good point. A lot of our objections are patients that get offended that the doctor wouldn't let them pay over time. Some doctor, she did it in the past, but you're responding with, we're not a lending institution and we can't offer payment plans in-house. And that's a good way to kind of circumvent the concerns and just make it seem like more of a, an actuary thing or whatever. I get where you're going with that. And when I was at Glidewell, one of the things that came up quite a bit were, the number of practices year over year that are moving away from in-house financing because of just how difficult it is. It's a lot of work.
Taking a lot of their time away, having to handle that.
Follow-up. And then there's no credit reporting either. So there's really, if someone doesn't pay you back, and this is where we see your accounts receivable start to increase because you've lent out money to patients, and if they don't pay you back, you sell it to a collections, and that's a whole thing. And this is why so many practices have third-party financing, and you pay a fee, and a whole company takes care of everything. And a lot of people ask us
too, they can ease their objections, right? So Elizabeth, like their objections not having in-house, you can let them know like Sunbit has no fees. It's a soft credit check. And, like they have customer service that you can contact at any time, an app. So kind of just sharing the benefits to help ease their concerns that it's not in-house anymore, because they'll still have a ton of support.
Queenita, I wish I could give you bonus points. That was really good.
Bonus points for me.
That was really good. I love to see it.
Just kidding.
2,000. We should just put it in the report and see what the Sunbeat staff team does. Oh, man. Elizabeth, so glad you're bringing this up. This is if it was easier, but it's not. It's so hard. It's so hard to do that stuff. But
Leslie did mention something at the bottom though, where she said people get scared thinking they'll pay that when they see the interest. If you click that button that pops up and says see what you need to pay in order to get the 0%, it'll break it down and give examples of like what they would pay each month if they wanted to pay off a 12-month plan they picked. And have no interest. So if they do have objections to that, just click the button that shows like, hey, yep, this is the interest with this plan. But if you pay it off in 12 months or whatever the terms are, and you click that button and show them the breakdown, that could help them be a little bit more comfortable with moving forward.
To illustrate, I quickly scanned myself, put in a $3,000 treatment amount. My pop-up, my custom offer was 18 months. So, Queenita, where should we go to see that again?
So right there, there's that blue banner and it says 0%
Oh,
no interest if paid in full within 18 months. If you click see how, then now here's the breakdown. As you see, it says APR 0, interest 0, and then it shows 18 payments of 166, right? So then
yeah.
you can show them both examples like, hey, if you something comes up and you can't pay this off in 18 months, then the interest is what's on the other screen, right? But if you do pay it off in time, this is what it looks like. So you're kind of showing them both. They're not locked in, but if they want to pay it off sooner, they can pay more.
Yeah. And Jessica White's will bring it up in the chat.
Yep,
I
we're
still
working
think we
on
need to have
it.
an option being worked on. So soon,
We're
folks
with
will be
you.
able to set up
100%.
auto pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some folks may want to go in here and make a one-time payment. They may want to make a couple of manual payments. So they have that freedom to do so now. They can call us, use the
Mm-hmm.
Sunbit app. But this is a freshly new update. Now, one thing I will point out, just because we're here, and I know we're at time, goodness. But if you got folks who are looking to lower their monthly payments, you'll notice I have a $1 amount due at checkout. And I got to tell you, it's really nice being able to add on to that. So let's say I want to put 200 down. Now it's going to recalculate better options for me. Great ways to
Yeah.
lower the monthly payment options by simply adding on to the amount due at checkout. Floor asking, do they need to call it in? No. We had a previous episode. If you want to go back and check out the Sunbit app for patients, where we actually showed you behind the scenes how it works. So you can check it out if you want to go check out that episode. But yeah, they can go online to sunbit.com and log in, or they can download the Sunbit app to
Online,
manage
the
their payment
app,
plan.
they can call. Um, and there's chat options too.
Yeah. Jason asking, I don't think they can lower their down payment, though. You are correct. Yeah, you can only add to it from the tablet screen or the guided app that you send via link. But if you got to go, you got to go. I know we're at time, but I do want to answer maybe some questions that came in through Q&A.
Q&A. Okay, let's
So let's
go.
check it out real quick. There we go. Okay, so Amanda asking, I had a patient ask if they could split the payment on 2 cards, both debit. Is that possible? Queenita, do you know this one?
So if they're trying to make a payment on an already established loan, so we're not talking about for the loan itself, like as long as it's already established, yeah, they can call in and they can make payments with different debit cards. It doesn't have to be what's on file.
Yeah. However, if we're talking about the actual application process, like if you're looking to split the down payment across 2 debit cards, that is not a capability. Yeah, it has to be just one debit card for the application itself when they're doing the
Yeah.
original. But after the fact, our support team is very flexible, helping folks
Yep,
out.
absolutely.
Yeah, great one there. We're going to go ahead and answer that one marked live. And then Elizabeth Johnson asking, this week I had a patient come in claiming that I duped her because she thought she got 12 months without interest, but she called Sunbit and they told her only 3. I would not have told her 12 months unless it was stated in her options on the tablet. I had her pull up her loan agreement, but we could not see the specification of the interest-free offer. Without being able to see the details ourselves,
Yeah.
this one is tough for us
Because
to
if it was
answer
on the
without
new
knowing more.
promotion, but also, Elizabeth, if it is on the new promotion and she did pick a 12 months, she has to pay it off within 12 months to not pay interest. So it could be showing the payments for what it is with interest right now because she's not going to get that no interest promotion unless it's paid off within the 12 months, if that makes
I'm
sense.
Yeah, I'm also, just full transparency. I'm wondering if there was possibly a miscommunication on the phone
Right.
where the rep may have been, there may have been a miscommunication on exactly which program type we're talking about. Because remember, Sunbit is different in each industry. The offers are different, and there could have been a miscommunication there.
Yeah. Erica with a
But
good point in chat
yeah,
too. If the app has the loan details, so if she pulls up the loan details, then it could give a better breakdown there. But um, maybe shoot an email over so that it can be dug into a little bit deeper to see what was going on with that one, Elizabeth.
yeah. And just for everyone's education, when it comes to actual transaction details, there's a lot of security at Sunbit around that stuff. So only the customer care team in Las Vegas can access those details. Not even Queenita and myself can access any transaction details.
Yeah.
Same goes for our operations team, the success team. Unless you're, under the customer care team, you can't look at that stuff. So just so you know. So always go to partner
Good
support.
questions, though.
Yeah. Kiana, they also send out a receipt to the patient with all the loan payment dates. I think that should be on there as well. Yeah, in the confirmation email that goes out to patients, we list out each individual monthly payment that they saw on their tablet. But the information should be there too. Elizabeth following up with us saying thank you. She did pull up her emails and in her app, and still...
Yeah, reach out to support then. Maybe directly, Elizabeth.
You yourself.
Reach out with her. Yeah, so that
if you haven't already done so.
Explain it just in case.
Yeah. Good questions. That was a good one. I wish we could look ourselves. Hard to say without more
Definitely
information.
need more info there.
Amanda asking, what if a patient changes their mind after their loan was already approved and we used the lower amount to finance? Yes, we can help with that. So I think we had an episode about this too. What do we do, Queenita?
Cancellations and adjustments. So if they are just lowering the amount that they want to use Sunbit for, then they can do an adjustment. Our customer care team can adjust the contract to that lower amount. Now, if they need to cancel it, or maybe they don't want the treatment done at all anymore, then we would need to process a cancellation. And both a cancellation and an adjustment needs to be sent to us by you. Contract changes, 30 points for Erica. Contract changes at sunbit.com. Send an email to them with the contract details so we can adjust the amount or cancel it out for you.
Nice. So the cool thing is our refund policy is your refund policy. You're the boss. Like, we'll honor whatever you need. It could be a whole year from now. And if you need to for some reason do a full cancellation and reversal on a Sunbit, hey, as long as it comes from you, we'll do it. Yeah. So that's the nice part with the Sunbit partnership. You don't have to deal with chargebacks from us, and you don't have to deal with any pushback from any sort of cancellation or adjustment. So wonderful. And it looks like Amanda.
Yay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good
Very
questions,
good.
you guys. Sorry for keeping you so long.
I know. It was good questions, though.
Yes.
As we wrap up, just coming up next on Sunbeast Live, for those of you that are here in Zoom events, thank you for participating in our poll question, because we're going to have special guests from the customer care team joining us for our Sunbeast Live shows next Wednesday. So for those of you, we're going to share these questions with them, and we'll have a good open forum to just ask away. We're going to have learn more behind the scenes from our own customer care team. So Queenita, thank you for lining this up for us. And then on the 24th, creative ways to market Sunbit. Rumor has it, because Spanish has been such a big focus, maybe we'll see something new from the team.
Maybe some new Spanish marketing?
Yeah, maybe. And then on July 1st, I believe we might have a Sunbit guest to help us understand how you can maximize your partnership with Sunbit and then make the most out of everything we have available for you. And then, of course, you can catch the show simulcast on YouTube. You can also follow us on Spotify. I just put the link tree in the chat for everybody in case you also want to check out past recordings or Queenita's Sun Clips, which you can find on YouTube Shorts, as well as in the Sunbeast app for quiz questions and rewards points. So make sure you're logging in daily and not missing out on those Sun Clip drops from the Sunbeast team. But Queenita, did I miss anything?
I don't think so. We hope you guys learned some new strategies or ways to level up your strategies when it comes to offering Sunbit. A lot of great episodes coming up. Thanks for your questions, and we will hopefully see you next week with our customer care team.
Looking forward to it. From all of us at Sunbit, thank you so much for being part of the Sunbeast community, for continuing your education with us here on Wednesdays, and hopefully we'll see you at the next one. Take care, folks, as we dance this one out. That's pretty funny.